The internet, a place where billions can interact with each other in countless ways, a place perfect for all sorts of communications, a place where anyone from any group or community can interact with strangers. Sadly, not every internet interaction ends well. My experiences with Joe Motherson and the Roblox Corporation are perfect examples of it. Today I want to tell you guys about my horrific experience with another user that I have met on Discord. His username is Davidz. My first encounter with him was on a Roblox roleplay game. I was trolling mods and baristas when all of a sudden a group of 6 people dressed in green and white avatars swarmed the building. They were spamming invites to a Discord server. I was bored of trolling alone, so this was the perfect opportunity for me. I joined the server and it was exactly like I expected it to be. They had channels for game nights, raids and even a schedule channel. I opened the main chat and said hi. Not even 10 seconds later I get a DM from a person I have never interacted with before. His username was Davidz. The message which he sent me simply said, "Who are you? Just joined the server you guys were spamming," I answered. He did not respond back, so I just closed my DMs with him and carried on. As days passed I became more and more active on the raiding group. I became one of the most popular members of the group just a few weeks after I joined it. One day, I got online and started chatting as usual in general. One of the members got a DM from a poorly made scam bot which contained an invite to a scam server. I told Davidz in DMs to make an announcement warning people about the scam server. Without thinking twice, Davidz pinged everybody. Makode, the owner of the entire group, got mad at him because he considered the ping to be useless. That resulted into David getting his permissions taken away, all of it because of my idea. David unfriended me and blocked me. I thought he was just mad at me and he'll unblock in a few hours at maximum, but I was terribly wrong. An important aspect that I must point out is that I was home alone while all of this happened. I went outside for a few hours. By the time I came home my 7-year-old sister was already there, sitting on the couch. It was also dark outside. I noticed something shiny in the grass which was about 15 meters away from me. I went to check and it was a broken piece of glass. I looked to my right and noticed the kitchen window was broken. I couldn't do much about it since none of my parents were home. I didn't think that much of it and went inside. I played video games at max volume for more than 2 hours, which blocked my ability to hear sounds coming from other rooms. After getting bored I hopped off of my PC and went to get a glass of water. In between my room and the kitchen there are 2 rooms which are separated by 5 meters long walls. When I entered the first room out of the 2 on my way to the kitchen I started hearing sounds from the room my sister was in. Didn't think much of it since I thought she was just watching one of those terrible cartoons which are shoved down children's throats nowadays. I went in to check and what I saw will remain as a core memory for the rest of my life. It was Davidz fucking the unconscious body of my sister. This took me by surprise, so I just sprinted at him and punched him with all of my force. Unlike Joe Motherson, Davidz is not a subhuman skeleton computer geek. He is reasonably taller and stronger than me. My punch landed pretty well, but it hasn't done much damage. David gets me to the ground pretty easily and kicks me in the head. I managed to crawl out of the room and get up. I rush to the kitchen and grab a knife. I managed to stab Davidz, which makes him roll on the ground in pain. While I tried to tie him up, he kicks me in the head and runs to the kitchen. He jumps out of the kitchen window which he broke earlier and runs as fast as he can away from the house. I checked my sister and realized she cannot be saved. Her skull was torn apart and her arms were broken. This angered me and I knew I had to catch Davidz. I got my bike and started searching around the neighborhood. I searched for hours and hours and hours on end, but I haven't been able to even figure out what way he took. As I approached home, I started sensing a smell of smoke. I squinted my eyes and saw it was coming from my house. When I entered the home I saw David attempting to set my house on fire. I pulled my knife and stabbed him over 25 times. Fortunately I didn't hit none of his vital organs, so I was able to interrogate him. I tied him up and started asking questions. In the end I found out he was sent by the same group which sent Albanian Joe Motherson after me and Joe. The group is called Davidz.Exe 1488, which is ironic because they're a bunch of shitskins organizing their meetups in the Bosnian mountains. I called Joe and I told him all of the new information I just got. We both knew that our goal is to catch Davidz.Exe and kill all of them for all of the things they have did to us. David was seriously injured, so I let him go. This is by far the worst thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. All of my stories are based off of real events to warn you guys. At the end of the day, every creepypasta is a sign of warning.